11th Homebrew, coming at you with a beer review on another beautiful day. I'm sure it's no surprise to any of you that I've been working hard in the yard today, which means I have earned my beer. So we're going to go down to Southern California for beer today. We're going to go to Modern Times Beer, that's right, out of San Diego, California. And this is the Oneida. It's a Hoppy Session Pale Ale. Now, I'm not sure what session, it's 5.2%. So, I mean, I've seen them a lot lighter than that, right? But this is a pale two-row that they use in it. They also use Carapils, so very simple malt base. But in terms of hops, they use Hallertau Blanc. They use an experimental hop, they say, of 05256, which is now named Eureka. And they use Cascade. If you're not familiar with these two, I'll tell you briefly. The Hallertau Blanc, that one's been used a lot by brewers these days. I've actually got some in my freezer I'm going to try. It comes off with like passion fruit, some pineapple, grapefruit, grape and lemongrass that you'll get off of that. And then for the Eureka, that's a little bit different. That one has really high alpha acids, like 18 to 19%, so very high. So it can be used for bittering, but also can be used for aroma. And it brings in things like black currant, dark fruit, pine dank characters, but it can also add a range of fruits like citrus, commonly known grapefruit in there, but other citrus. Also in tropical notes you might find in there, and even sometimes stone fruit. So this should be a fun one. We all know Cascade. That's going to be our grape and maybe a little lemon, grapefruit and a little lemon, usually, that's it. Maybe a little bit herbal character, so let's get into it. Here we go, look at this, boy. I don't know if you can see it as well as I see it, but this is very clear. It's very yellow golden, you know. It's a dark wheat, but very clear, beautiful, very white, pillowy head. Let's get the nose. Wow, though, you know what, I'm really surprised because I get a little bit of sweetness off that, more than I probably expected to get off of it, but there's a light sweetness to it, which is really good. It's going to be semi-dry, I would bet you on that, but I definitely got some good fruity characters. Yeah, I mean, they're light, but they're definitely there. I mean, the primary one being citrus, but I'm getting little hints of tropical and some other stuff as well. Maybe some grassiness and like a lemongrass, which would come from the hops. So no surprise there either. A bit of it is on the lemon, a bit of it is the grapefruit character. I get a little bit of pine going, possibly some resinous characters. But what I'm really pleased about is that I think I just got a hint of a stone fruit. That's interesting. But what I'm really pleased about on this, and some grape, get some grape on it, is that there's enough residual sweetness to kind of tickle my fancy. I do like them a little bit sweeter. So it's kind of an interesting scent. It's a light scent, but it smells pretty good. There's a few other fruits that I didn't quite pick up. We're going to go for the taste. Cheers. Oh, that's pleasant. I'm going to go back in again. I've been drinking a lot of water, but I still felt parched. I was just so ready for this. That's nice. It's light, but not super light, so someplace between medium and light. And it doesn't dry out as much as I thought it would. It's a semi-dry though. But there's a nice light sweetness on it, which is very good. I think it's probably better cold, but we'll see as it warms up. One of the things I appreciate about this actually is an American Pale Ale. There's virtually no bitterness on it. And that's what makes it a pale ale. It's ever so light, but virtually none there. There's a light pine resin quality to it. It's there, you know it's there, but it's very light. In fact, all these like fruit characters and things coming from the hops are very light. It's enough that the malt bill, the light malt bill, can shine through. You can taste it, and it's very balanced. So I'm digging on that in terms of pale ale. I'm not a huge pale ale fan, but I think this one's really well made. It's a hoppy pale ale. It is not an IPA masquerading as a pale ale. You definitely get the lemongrass character, and it's more of that lemongrass, not a grassiness really. It really is lemongrass that you're getting off of the Hallertau Blanc. There's a citrus, that's the second thing. I'd say the lemongrass is the more predominant. A little bit of like a grapefruit rind on there. a hint of grape actually on it as well, I would say. Then you get that light pine like resin quality. I felt like I got like a light berry, which is interesting because I don't recognize that coming from any of those hops. And maybe the slightest hint of some stone fruit. Also just maybe a hint of some melon on there as well. But super balanced. Really easy drinking. I'm going to take a little time with this and I'll be back. Well, I'm back. I've poured the rest in. It's kind of nice. I poured aggressively, but look at that. Look what it's doing on the glass. I love that. I think this is just a really quality made beer. And I know that Modern Times is supposed to do some really good stuff. I've had just a few of their beers. In terms of ratings on this one, Pale Ale. Guy, I gotta tell you, I think this is an outstanding Pale Ale. In my mind, this falls in the excellent category in terms of style. I'm gonna give this a 93 for style. It is just so balanced. I could probably score it higher. Overall, and I just think it's super well balanced. It's easy drinking. This is a beautiful beer, well made. It just doesn't have that giant gusto that I really like, you know. This is an 88. Hats off to Modern Times. This is the Oneida. It's their Hoppy Session Pale Ale. It's a good one. And I'm Kevin at Clemens Homebrew saying life's too short to beer, and I'll see you on the next beer review.